Students, in our last lecture we have done about latent heat. I gave you some numericals to do, conversion of temperature scales. Okay, so I have given you this to change 100 Kelvin into degrees Celsius. So there is formula for us. Degrees, when we have to change Kelvin into degrees Celsius, we have to decrease or minus 273 from Kelvin. So your first question was 100 Kelvin. So how to do? To convert it into degrees Celsius, we will use this formula. At the place of Kelvin, we will write its value 100 minus 273 and it will become minus 173. Minus sign is important. Now next is 200 Kelvin. Kelvin minus 273. 200 minus 273, it is minus 73. Next is 300 Kelvin. It is 27 and its sign will be positive because it is 300 minus 273. So 100 Kelvin is equal to minus 173 degrees Celsius. 200 Kelvin is equal to minus 73 degrees Celsius and 300 Kelvin is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. I have taken these different values because I want to show you this sign. Now what happened? Celsius scale, if values are coming in negative, but on Kelvin scale these are positive, up to minus 273 degrees Celsius, values on Kelvin scale are positive. That's why Kelvin scale is preferred over Celsius scale. In big laboratories, in scientist laboratories, Kelvin scale is used because on Kelvin scale values are always positive and degree Celsius is used in small labs, in school labs. Okay, so Kelvin scale is preferred over Celsius scale. Now this is over. Next was latent heat. Latent heat, I told you, hidden heat and its value remains fixed. Temperature not change on it. So I am just taking one example. If I am giving you something to eat like toffees, chocolates, ice cream, something. If you will eat that, nobody can see that you have ice cream. But after some time when you don't want to eat more, then what happens? You want to collect that. I will give you, you will collect it. And then only that ice cream will be shown to us, shown to others. Same this happen in case of latent heat. If we are giving heat to some material and that material is using that heat to break its force of attraction, then nobody can measure this by thermometer. So this, at this temperature remains constant at thermometer, we are giving heat. But when completely force of attraction between the particle is broken, now the extra heat we are giving, then temperature is raising in thermometer and we can check its value. So latent heat is like that. There is fixed value of latent heat for when ice is converted into water. Then 3.34 into 10 raised to power 5 joule per kilogram. That means for 1 liter or 1 kilogram ice, we have to give this much heat. At this heat only, this ice will convert into water. And at this time, temperature will remain constant, that is 0 degrees Celsius. Complete ice convert into water at 0 degrees Celsius. After that, if we are giving more heat more than this, then its temperature start rising 1 degree Celsius too, and this way it will increase up to 100 degrees Celsius continuously. Now at 100 degrees Celsius, this water starts to convert into vapor. At 100 degrees Celsius, we have to give this much more heat. Then complete water will convert into vapor and temperature will not rise in thermometer. When this heat is given to water, water convert into vapor. After that, this temperature can increase in thermometer 101, 102 or so on. So, this is latent heat. Now, two terms come here. One is vapor and another one is gas. Water in gaseous state is called vapor. But vapors are not equivalent to gas. What is the difference in it? See. Vapor, if we are taking vapors of water, then what happens? This water is liquid at room temperature, and when we will give extra heat to this water, then it will convert into vapor. But gas, it is already in gas state at room temperature. So, vapors of oxygen can be there, Vapors of nitrogen cannot be there because these are gases at a room temperature. But vapors of water can be there because it is liquid at room temperature. Vapors of alcohol can be there because it is also liquid at room temperature. So this is the main difference between vapor and gas. Now we will do next part. In that we will study different processes for change of state of matter. Simply solid converts into liquid and liquid converts into gas. Gas can be converted into liquid and liquid can be converted into solid. So what are the processes going on that we will study here? So first I am taking conversion of solid into liquid. This is called melting or fusion. Try to learn this new term fusion. Melting you all know from 2nd, 3rd class, but try to learn this new term fusion. So, what is it? Process in which 1 kg ice, or simply we can say 1 kg solid, converts into its liquid at atmospheric pressure and constant temperature. So, fusion or melting is the process in which solid converts into liquid. So, this is called a melting or a fusion. Now, constant temperature means temperature will not change on a thermometer, and at atmospheric pressure means we will not increase or decrease the pressure of the container. It will be at a normal, at a room temperature, whatever with the temperature. So, Next is related to this melting point. What is melting point? It is the temperature at which solid converts into its liquid. So this is the temperature. Temperature word is important. Many students write here the point at which. So it is not the point, it is the temperature point. So you have to write here temperature. Temperature at which solid converts into liquid. I am taking one example here. Ice, this is solid. It converts into water. Water is liquid. So when we are taking 1 kilogram ice, then we will heat it, we will give heat, and this ice will completely converts into water and its amount will be same because we are not changing anything. So, and constant temperature, that means 0 degrees Celsius. 0 degrees Celsius is the temperature at which ice will convert into water completely. So 0 degrees Celsius is the melting point of ice, and this process will known as fusion or melting. So it was your first part. Now I am taking second part, that is reverse to it. When liquid will convert into solid. When you put water in freezer, then what happens? That liquid water converts into solid ice. Then what happens? Temperature again remains the same, but the process is known as freezing, because water will freeze or liquid will freeze, or it is also known as solidification. So this process is freezing or solidification when liquid converts into solid. This process is just a reverse of fusion process. Liquid converts into solid, freezing. So what happened here? The process in which 1 kilogram liquid converts into 1 kilogram solid at atmospheric pressure and a constant temperature. This temperature will be same. This is the example when water convert into ice, then this process is known as freezing and temperature is same. But see, here arrow will change. This arrow will show the direction of the process. This arrow is showing solid is converting into liquid, and this arrow is showing liquid is converting into solid. So freezing point and melting point both are same for ice, that is 0 degrees Celsius. Ice at same temperature 0 degree converts into water completely. When complete ice will convert into water, you can check that temperature, it will be 0 degrees Celsius. And after some time, this temperature starts to change from 0 to 1, 2, 3, this way. So fusion is the reverse of freezing, or freezing is the reverse of fusion. Both occurs at same temperature, that is melting point of that solid or freezing point of that solid. It is just reverse process. When we are changing conditions, now what we are doing here? Solid to liquid we have to change, then we will give heat it. When we will give heat to solid, it will take its latent heat and converts into liquid. Here we are giving heat. Now we have to remove this heat. When we remove heat from liquid, same heat as we have given, then this liquid will convert into solid. See what happens. This is solid. This is ice. Now I am giving here latent heat. This will convert into liquid. Here I am heating this one. Now I am keeping it in freezer. I am taking out this heat that I have given here. That means same amount of latent heat, and this liquid will convert into solid. So it is all about this. Tomorrow we will do next process. Thank you.